Hi, it's Isaac. Hold on, wait, one sec. Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic and move it a little bit so you don't have to hear the creaking. There we go. I hit record on a whim like I am one to do these days, and then I realized it was in a place that I didn't really want it to be in. Oh my god, I love it. Thank you. So, we're playing Judas in Greedia today. We're still on the Greedia grind. They should call it Grindia. I'm just trying to play, like, characters that are fun and interesting at the moment, rather than worrying too much about, like, you know, who I feel I need to win with. Which luckily right now, like, that is most characters are in the pool of characters I need to win with, so I can kind of play whoever. And we've been greedier as regular Isaac and Lilith. And I look at him saying regular Isaac like he's unlocked the tainted characters, which he has not. Whoa. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty well. Why am I doing pretty well? Well, it's not because I've done anything noteworthy, so don't get too excited. I have, however, seen that this channel is like starting to get like the tiniest bit of traction, which is kind of exciting. And I will say it's got nothing to do with Isaac, which is to be expected. It's like a pretty, old game at this point. I didn't think that like playing The Binding of Isaac on YouTube in 2022 would be like the defining decision of my life, where like the channel would just blow up out of the blue. But like what is working out is the shorts situation. I think the shorts are doing pretty well, man. And if you have watched a short and then found your way to an Isaac episode, then I appreciate you very, very much. And I hope you're enjoying them, because I enjoy making them a lot. It's like, an hour or two a day playing a game that I very much like and practicing some social skills that I've managed to damage or lose entirely over the last however many years of social neglect. Not social neglect on the part of anyone else. I'm not saying like, oh, I got bullied or whatever. Just like I got lazy. That's really the long and short of it. I wasn't making sure that I was like doing stuff that I needed to do for my own social well-being. So now here we are. That said, I think it's getting a little bit better. I'm having a lot less, like, downtime in the videos. A lot less quiet time. Am I talking about much of interest? No, but that's sort of, like, the idea here. It's just a, like, monologue. And there you go. And that's the meta section for this episode. Now I'm gonna stop being meta and instead talk about, something else. What have I been doing lately? I have started doing some stuff, nothing like super noteworthy, but like, playing Slay the Spire a little bit. I've never really played much Slay the Spire. I'm not one for card games too much. Just because I get quite bogged down in games where there's a lot of information. I'm more of like an action or fighty game kind of guy where there's, a very finite amount of info to take in, just because, you gotta learn, like, the moves that the characters have or something, and then that's sort of the bulk of it. Maybe there's, like, some stat management stuff, but that's, some abilities or something. Like, Isaac has a lot of information, but it's not all relevant all the time. And I'd say most of it isn't relevant most of the time. So it's pretty manageable. But there are a lot of other games, especially card games, where like you've kind of got to have an idea of like every card in existence and how they interact with each other at any given time in order to like, be able to predict what could happen. This is kind of nice so far. We don't have a lot of HP to leverage Infestation with. Like Infestation 2 would have been kind of cool. But I'm not going to throw a tantrum over it. But, yeah, I'm not great at card games. I like the idea of card games. When I watch someone else play them, I'm like, ooh, yeah, get me in on that. And then I realize that they, like, know a lot more about the game than I do, and that's why they're doing okay. And I don't know that much about the game. I run into the same problem with Slay the Spire that I do with chess, which is that my attention span is short. I will do this near enough the same thing that I do in chess in Slay the Spire, but it's a lot easier to describe in chess, I think, which is, you know, in chess, I will look at a piece and say, like, oh, what if I move my knight to X tile? Well, if I move my knight to X tile, then that'll leave him vulnerable to the queen, and I won't stand to gain anything from that, so I shouldn't do that. But then I'll, like, look at, like, you know, my bishop, and then I might look at a rook, and then I might look at my queen, and then I'll look back at the knight and be like, ooh, yeah, I should move it to X tile. That'd be a genius move. And then, you know, obviously I've already established that that's not a genius move. But I make it because I forget that I established that it's not a genius move. I'm kind of scared right now. Hold up, hold up. Okay, we're fine again. As soon as this dude rocks up, I get nervous. We are on 1 heart. But I'm going to push my luck. Just because we have Cricket's body, so I'm feeling like a little bit cocky. Could we throw the run in any split second here? Yeah, absolutely. Would it be my fault? Yeah, absolutely. But, like I said, Cricket's body, so I'm feeling cocky. See? We're fine. And we get an angel deal for the trouble. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm taking Immaculate Heart here. I just think it's very sick. There's nothing I'm too pumped up about here. We can just play you a couple times for the heck of it. And then we leave. We did, I guess it triggered our infestation, which is kind of nice. So we got a few flies for the next floor. I used to play some Hearthstone. Not a whole lot of it, mind you. But like a little bit. Let's do this. Yeah, like a little bit for sure. And I don't love that. I don't love that either, but it's like something. In fact, speed is good. We're not that fast. And then I guess I'll take this. What was I saying? Something about Hearthstone. Oh, yeah, I played Hearthstone for a bit, but like I was never much of a meta slave. I never got to a very high rank, probably because of that. If not because I, you know, lacked the brain capacity to be good at card games. But like, I just want to play funny, silly, memey stuff, you know? Like in Hearthstone, I rolled a, I had one evening where I had come into some money, and I was like, you know what, frick it. I'm gonna buy, I want to play Hearthstone, but the big entry barrier is cards. You need cards. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna buy a ton of cards. I'm gonna buy like 100 card packs and open them all. So I did that, and in 100 card packs, I think I hit like the minimum possible number of legendaries you could get. It was like the point at which the game would forcibly give you a legendary because you had not gotten one in so long. And in that, I think I got like a couple of legendaries, and they were not good. And I had been told that they were not good, and I'd been told how unlucky I was to have rolled so badly with my 100 packs. Ow. And the additional thing that I got told... Oh no. This is really bad. We have to kind of... Oh fuck, I forgot that there's a little dude here. Hold up, hold up. Okay, we're fine. Holy crap, I almost threw the whole run. Holy. Okay, breathe for a minute. Let's go down. I think we need one more. Just in case. And yeah, we took out all our items. Let's go down. We're going to go down without filling up on hearts, just in case there's like an HP up down there or something. And I don't care too much about these. I'm going to hold it just in case there's like a stone chest around, which I know is unlikely. But, you know, that's just the choice has been made now. Mega Bean. I don't care. It's okay, I guess. I'm not super thrilled about it. What's up here? That's an HP and damage up. I guess I'll take. That's on our way to Spun. Tears Up is pretty nice. I didn't mean to take that. Anyway. We'll keep a Blue Heart for next floor. I'm feeling good about our damage, at least. A 4.5 volt would really make this pop, obviously, because we're Judas. Beyond that, just more HP. Like 4.5 volt, Spun, and HP are kind of the only things I care about right now. If I'm being real with you. Ow, there's creep there. Anyway, what was I saying? So I opened 100 packs, I got barely any legendaries. But what I did get was, I believe, Rock de la, which I had been told was not incredible in its own right, but was part of a deck that sounded immediately appealing to me, which was Minionless Hunter. And so Minionless Hunter is what it sounds like. It's a Hunter class deck that had no minion cards in it, which means no like monsters or anything like that, no actual units. And I was like, how does that even work? And my friends were like, well, it's a deck that is all spells that like summon minions and things like that. And I was like, that's genius. I want to do that. And honestly, it was the most I'd ever climbed in competitive Hearthstone, and it was the most fun I'd ever had playing Hearthstone, because it was just like this goofy deck that was actually like kind of good. It wasn't the most like meta deck even at the time I was playing it, but it was reasonable. It was solid. And that's kind of all I needed it to be. I wasn't trying to get to like rank 1 or anything. I just wanted to have fun playing the game. And the way that I did that was with like something silly and creative in terms of build and composition and whatnot. So, I mean, shouts out to my friends for the recommendation. Once that deck came out of meta entirely, or not entirely, but like largely, and it stopped being nearly as competitive as it was, I stopped playing the game. I was like, frick this, man. I don't want Mega Bean, so I'm just gonna keep going. That's really nice, thank you. That's about all I've got to say on, like, card games. Like, I've played Legends of Runeterra, and I found it a bit intense. Just because, like, I'm old now, and can't process too much new information. I don't really want any of this. And I'm gonna activate you first. Whoa. Ow. I played Legends of Runeterra. I played a little bit of Magic the Gathering. I've played more Magic the Gathering IRL than I have, like, the video games, and I'm quite glad about that. And it's a game that has been in the back of my mind for a long time. But I don't think it's worth me playing because, again, there's so much to learn, so many cards, and I just kind of don't care enough. Which is a shame, because I like the idea of it. I like the idea of being into a card game like that. But I don't care. I don't care enough. I'll tell you what, actually, I've got more stuff I can say about card games, but I'll finish the thought with Magic the Gathering for the moment. And that is that I have played, the first time I played Magic the Gathering in person, a friend of mine was like, hey, I'm practicing for a tournament, do you want to play me? And I was like, yeah, man, for sure. And I did win that game, and I had never played before, and he was practicing for a tournament. I didn't say much about it, but I was a little bit like, oh no. It feels not fantastic if that's how that's going to shake out. But at the same time, like, it's a card game. There's a lot of RNG. So you can't really put too much weight on him for that. That's maybe the other element. There's like a little bit too much RNG for my taste, which is, you know, like, maybe that's not true, because I love gambling. I like gambling a lot. Maybe I don't feel like there's enough on the line. Maybe I only like gambling because there's money on the line, you know? Hard to say for sure. These guys kind of got wrecked, huh? I don't think we will win this run like this. I mean, that's pretty good. It's going to make a bit of a difference. We have so much damage, but like that's all we've got. I'm gonna go down again. Just a little bit further. And then we have to hope we have a reroll machine on this next floor so that we could try and roll some better items. Because as of right now, like, this build is not win worthy. It's not gonna happen. Okay, good. We do have a reroll machine. So let's do that. I don't think I want you. Like, a spun would be nice, but also, like, maybe we just want HP, honestly. A trinket could be something. I mean, if I could have gotten that earlier, I would have been pretty happy. And then a couple of these. A couple of these bad boys. And I'm feeling like a little more confident. Alright, let's send it. Like, as soon as I'm firing a lot of shots in quick succession, I just am more comfortable. We aren't going to build up nearly as much damage as we'd like to in the final boss, because we didn't hit 4.5. Which somehow, usually when I play Judas, I just magically hit. Didn't happen this time, but we have, like, some damage. Like, even Nun's Habit would have been good. Anything to build up charge just didn't work out for us today. So it's anyone's guess whether or not we're actually going to win this run. It might take some doing on my part, which, you know, as we're all well aware at this point, doesn't often happen. I get a little reckless in the latter stages, shall we say. Ow. But, you know, if I hoard a bunch of HP from this floor, maybe we'll be okay. Some range would probably do the trick, which we have an item for in the shop, but I don't really want to buy it because I'm stingy. Like, yeah, this is, I mean, 24 damage, but we've popped the book a couple times. We're probably looking at like 15 or something with one pop, which is not mind-blowing. You know? It's not going to change the world. Ow. We'll just keep going for the minute. I mean, this is pretty nice. Another angel deal could be the game changer. It was not the game changer. An Eternal Heart, that's just extra HP. Fire rate, up to 2 fire rate possible. We definitely don't want Pascal Candle here. So Active Contrition is the one. And then we can buy a couple more of these. Just to try and ensure ourselves for the boss. And our damage is, it's good. It's not incredible, but it's good. I just hope it's enough, you know? Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, easy, easy. Especially with Immaculate Heart, I just kind of get a bit lost in, I get a bit lost in the tears. Okay, our damage is actually better than I thought it was. Now that I've had a few seconds to be shooting the guy, it is better than I thought. I still don't think it's, like, amazing, but it's good. I think the latter stages of this fight are going to be tough. Having regular tears is kind of a game changer. We've had a lot of weird runs where, like, our tears have been kind of funky, and so we've had to stand in really inconvenient places. But right now... Okay. We managed to stop most of the healing. That's pretty good. I think having Cricket's body is helping big time as well. I had other stuff to say about card games. What was it? Oh yeah, Keyforge was what I was going to talk about, which is a card game that I quite like. Ooh, fuck. It's a card game that I quite like, which is, you know, it's a TCG, much like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, all that jazz. The difference being that this game has, like, pre-generated decks that you buy as decks, and then that's it. You don't customize the deck, you don't change it. that's your deck. Which cuts out a huge barrier to entry for people like me, which is the deck building element. Now, if you like deck building, that's fine, just don't play Keyforge. Don't come at me like, oh, the deck building's the best part. Well, it is when you know what cards are available. I don't. So, like, bite me. Never mind, this run is, like, winnable. I felt really down about it, like, when we were on our way up, because I was like, you know, I was like, I think we're just gonna die. But we're on the second phase, and I still got most of my HP, so I feel less like that now. Anyway. Ow, my money, my money. Yeah, it cuts out the element of the game that I don't like, which is the deck building. The problem that they are having at the moment, that I was informed about by a friend, is that somebody has stolen their deck generating algorithm. Which means that they can't generate any more decks. Apparently they had this algorithm stored somewhere without any backups, and it has been taken and like, from them. Hold on, my eye is all itchy, because my hair is getting in it. And we're back. Oh, ow. We're not going to be donating very much money this run, but that's fine. I think that's the price to pay for winning instead of losing. Yeah, so this game that hinges entirely on having this algorithm to generate decks for you has lost its algorithm and therefore cannot generate any decks, which means they can't make packs, which means no one can play the game. Or at least no one can play the game anew. Good job. Look at that, a 2-win streak in Greedia? Who would have thought? Oh, that's dangerous. We're at 549? Now we're at 567. Oh, look at that. Alright, a 2-win streak in Greedia? That's crazy. Unheard of. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it very much. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.